The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
But we're gonna have to start calling it.
Get into the details, but I was gonna have to sit down for a long time. So I got a lawyer, and he was preparing me to take a plea deal. Well, the way things turned out, my wife knew the judge. They used to go to high school together, and she said she would call him and see what she could do. I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, but my wife slept with the judge, and now I won't have to go to jail, and he's just giving me probation.
Fun fact as well, this is Dan Schneider. This is a younger picture of handsome young Dan.
Schneider said the locker decoration was likely added by someone in the art department and that it was never his goal as a showrunner to be popular or recognized.
Did she say nice things about me? Because I will tase her.
Now, I know that's bullshit. I know it for a fact, Dan, because I saw your ass in a hot tub with a 12, 14-year-old Amanda.
Your mom and dad used to work every single day, right? Mm-hmm. So your mom and dad used to work every single day so your mom could save her money and buy purses and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. This is your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day. Your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Like, y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Like, come on.
And your mom money was your dad money, and your dad money was your mom money.
Like, it was like that.
It was
that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not a feminist anymore because it's like sometimes it's like y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Women telling women to manipulate men on the internet is not considered toxic. But defending men and telling them to avoid those type of women is.
Why we not talk? Well, let's talk about it. We live. We live.
Yeah.
The last 7 days have been totally insane, but we made it. Now buckle up and get ready for the most organic conversation on the internet with your hosts, the Force, the King, the Kamikaze, the Great and Terrible. Up to it, down to it. Pour a glass and talk some trash. Welcome to the show, and thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a good time tonight right along with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Let's go up to it.
We in here.
To come aboard the train. Y'all remember that?
I knew you was going there.
That's when WWF was legit, man.
Hey, listen, WWF was legit and the shiznit. I'm trying not to cuss. I'm trying not to cuss this episode. I'm trying not to cuss too much this episode. WWF. Hey, man, listen. It was some wild stuff in WWF apparently because they getting Vince McMahon for everything.
What?
Everything. They coming at this man. It is crazy.
Dang. Tis the season.
Yeah. We back, man. It's springtime. Me Too season is back in effect. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Assuming we can still call you that. We back for another Friday night here with your Friday Night Delights. Your boys on Up to It, Down to It. Welcome aboard. We are appreciative of you joining us, man. Shout out to the early crew in the comments already, man. Awesome, man. We appreciate every single one of y'all for joining us here tonight. We got a lot of stuff to get into. I'm your boy, The Great and Terrible. Got some stuff to bring to y'all tonight. And it's gonna be a good one, man. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a long one. That's what she said. And with that being said, this week has also been a hard one. Also what she said. And So we're gonna have us a good time tonight, man. I'm looking forward to talking with my brothers, whom I have not got to speak much to this week because we've all been running around like crazy. So I am excited about this. So with that being said, let's get down to the introductions for the weekend. My boy over there, he's got the green money hoodie on right there. It's our guy, the immovable force. Kev, talk to us, brother. What's up with
I think I speak for every Maryland teacher when I say we have made it. Spring break is here, and it could not have come a moment sooner. So shout out to all the teachers in the state of Maryland. Let us go into this Easter season and with some peace. But my cups are filled all the way up. Okay. And Maryland is a real one because things are legal here. We got Captain Morgan. It's just a good day to stay faithful. So we got Captain Morgan in the big cup mixed with the Coke. We got private stock in the little glass. All right, mixed with nothing. All right, we need that one to be neat. Um, yeah, shout out to Only in America brand, my boy Trix. This is his brand. Y'all can check them out. OIA _brand on Instagram. A bunch of dope gear. He's got a dope story, so I want to shout them out while I'm rocking the gear. We just appreciate y'all being here. Teachers, turn them alarm clocks off because I'm slowly shutting mine off, and I'm gonna let my body do whatever it wants to over the course of the next 10 days. Y'all get something good going in your system because I'm finna drink tonight.
Hey man, shout out to Spring Break, dog. Let's go.
Shout out to it.
Yeah, man. Let's have us a good time tonight off of
Man.
that one, man. I'm gonna go ahead and take this sip right here while I get through this next introduction real quick. He's our boy down at the bottom. They call him, I call him, we call him the inspirational King Richard. What's going on, my brother? Talk to us, LB.
Oh
King
man,
Rich.
what's going on? What's going on, everybody? I am fine like wine and getting better with time, and I hope you are too. Man, listen, I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because I got two questions to ask tonight. I got two questions to ask. Well, actually, it might be three because last week I asked, I put out a challenge for everybody to write down 10 things. Y'all remember that? It was 10 things. Let me grab it real quick. 10 things you like / love about yourself, right? And then I challenge you to be twice a day. So when you wake up and before you go to bed, you say those things in the mirror. So it's been a long week. It's been a crazy week. I'm gonna give you my 10 things. But did I accomplish my goal? No, I didn't, because it wasn't every night, and it was supposed to be every night for at least 4 or 5 days, and then you assess yourself at the end of those 4 or 5 days, right? But I'm gonna give you mine because I'm gonna do it this week coming up. I'm gonna do it this week in the morning, at night, before I go to bed, right in the mirror, right? Because I'm about to look. I actually put mine in like this, this plastic casing, because I'm put it in the bathroom on the wall, because I got a little one who likes to splish splash and take a bath and get water everywhere, and so now it's protected, right? So real quick, mine are number one, I am a great husband. Number two, I am patient. Number three, I'm a great dad. Number four, I'm a great friend. Number five, I am adaptable. Number six, I am multi-talented. Number seven, I am kind. Number eight, I am compassionate. Number nine, I am adventurous. Number 10, I am creative. And I did add like a couple more. I didn't write it down on this sheet, but you can add, subtract, you can change it, as days go by. But I'm gonna do that challenge myself, legit, for real, for 5 days straight, and I'm gonna come back to you next week with some good stuff on how that's affected my mood and how that's affected my just my walk, my life. You know what I'm saying? Now, with that being said, the other two questions that I wanted to actually ask you guys was, what do you want most from life? What do you want most from life? If you haven't thought about it, think about it. If you thought about it, did you write it down? And really dig in. Time, we're here for a flicker. And if you don't even know what you want most out of life. You got to figure that out. You got to write it down, and you got to head towards that goal. Otherwise, you're going to be just, living somebody else's dream or helping them, get to where they want to be. You're just going to be, just here. You're not even living. Anyway, the next question was, no, that's not it. Hold on, I lost it. Anyway, let's get to this one. That was a good enough question. We're going to get to this because here's what we're doing. All right, the teachers and the students, well, the teachers, most importantly, are on spring break. You guys deserve a spring break. But, Kev, I went back to Old Faithful. So, in honor of your spring break and you got a feeling, woo-hoo, tonight's going to be a good night. And look, Jack is all dressed up, right? Listen, this is a birthday gift that I already broke out. All right, I was gonna say I'm breaking it out, but I'm gonna untwist this top, pour up a glass for you guys because we're gonna have a good show tonight. Glad y'all could join us, and let's make this do what it do. And if you didn't know, my friends know me because I have like whiskey birthday gifts, and I'm just happy. I'm super happy. So let's get into it. Let's have a good show, and we're gonna make it do what it do.
Jack Daniels got a bust down.
Listen.
Daniels definitely got a bust down.
Me and Jack were great friends back in the day. So this is like a reunion.
See, my great friends from back in the day will make me gag immediately. Me and Jose was thick as thieves for some
Jose, can you see?
Jose, can you see?
See the bus. I retch just a little bit. Please don't bring me near no Jose Cuervo.
Yeah. We're not doing that. We don't do light no more. We grown. We grown. You know what I'm saying? And it must be a throwback day. I got my boy Paul in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Peach Paul is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it really is, man. It really is. It's slept on very often, but
Paul is a little ghetto, but Peach Paul is a beautiful thing.
Yeah, for sure.
Peach Paul the moved out. Moved up. Moved out and moved up.
Yeah, it did. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
It does show that, huh? I wonder why that is. I just saw what you said about the title part, Kev. Yeah, so for some reason, on my screen it shows episode 75, but on this screen on YouTube it does show episode 74 once again, which is weird to say the least. So hey, I
We
guess we'll have to
live.
shoot. Yeah, I'm about to say we probably gonna have to shoot the link back up. I don't know why it's showing episode 74. This is not episode 74. This is episode 75. I actually don't know why it's showing a different link because, like I said, on this side it shows episode 75. So this is what we're talking about tonight. I have to edit it later. Don't worry, it's all good. Episode 75. We are talking about a few good things. We're talking about Cardi B getting red pilled. That's real. She says she's not a feminist no more. That those her words. She says she's not a feminist no more. We'll talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about an interesting marriage proposal after 10 years of dating. The man finally goes and proposes to this woman. We can't call her wife yet. They ain't married. To the woman, and quite honestly, it doesn't. I don't know if it goes the way it probably should have. So we're gonna break that down a little bit and talk a little bit about that. There's fault on both sides. Good people on both sides. I think. See what I did there?
Oh yeah, y'all need to sign off in the comments for that because.
Yeah, I'll definitely find out what's going on. Let's make sure the right link is out too, fellas. Let's just double check it and make sure. Again, I don't know why it's showing it like that. It's weird. So I'll find out what's up with that. Okay. But the thing that we're going to start out with today, I don't know how many of you have seen it. It's still relatively new. I encourage you all to go check this out, especially if you're an 80s or a 90s baby. Okay, if you're an 80s or 90s baby, you should check out Quiet on the Set. It's streaming on HBO Max. There's probably stuff on YouTube and other places you can find it, but it's streaming on HBO Max. Check it out there. That's where I'm watching it. Fellas, have y'all taken a look at this documentary yet?
I have not.
Oh man. Oh man.
I've seen stories, but I've not seen the full documentary.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a two-part series. This is kind of an early reaction on this today. I saw the first episode. There's some parts of it I'm gonna bring. Obviously, I'm not gonna play the episode. Needless to say, but I do want to share some of that with you guys here today. It's man, listen, it's something that almost ruins your childhood. I think. Just to kind of know.
What is Quiet on the Set? Is that Nickelodeon
Yeah,
documentary or something?
yeah. So it's a
I think I
documentary about the life and times of Nickelodeon and being a childhood star, working for Nickelodeon and Dan Snyder. There's a lot to unpack, as you'll see here in the next few minutes.
Wait, not Dan Snyder. Is it
not Redskins, Commanders, football franchise?
Just as
Redskins,
bad?
Snyder
might be just as bad.
I mean,
might be. I don't. Yeah,
it's got to be in the name. Something. I don't know. That's.
If your last name is Snyder, do not name your kids Daniel. Don't name your kid Daniel, and don't name your daughters Danielle.
Yeah, nothing.
Right.
Clearly, nothing is good coming out. Damn.
Apparently, nothing at all. So, hey, what can I say? Whole childhood. What childhood is ruined? I'm already. We already there. We already there. But now, like y'all take a look at this real quick. I think this is a really interesting documentary, man. Let's take a look at what we got here.
A terrible time to laugh.
In the early 90s, Nickelodeon was kid everything.
It was must-see TV for millions of 90s kids.
We were there to have fun, to get slimed, to be entertained.
But behind the scenes of producer Dan Schneider's Nickelodeon hit shows that made stars out of Amanda Bynes, Kenan Thompson, Jamie Lynn Spears, and Ariana Grande were allegations of toxic workplace conditions.
Working for Dan was like being in an abusive relationship.
And even worse,
there would be even bigger problems down the line with actual pedophiles on set.
Now, for the first time, Drake and Josh star Drake Bell is sharing publicly his untold story. He was a victim of sexual abuse.
I think Brian got a sense that my dad was on the watch. And so he started to really drive a wedge between my dad and me.
Drake says he was sexually abused by his former dialect coach, Brian Peck, which led to Peck's conviction of sexual assault in 2004.
Everybody trusted Brian.
11 charges of child sexual abuse related to a child actor.
Those charges of abuse include Drake's claims that Peck would visit his home and molest him at the age of 15. The revelations are part of a 2-night investigation Discovery docuseries airing this weekend.
I would walk on Brian's back. I guess looking at it now as an adult, that was kind of weird.
Brian Hearn and Giovanni Samuels are 2 former Nickelodeon child stars.
When did you guys find out about Drake Bell and Brian Peck?
We didn't find out about Drake initially confirmed until Quiet on Set.
Finding out, watching Quiet on Set was immediately brought to tears.
Yeah, we both cried.
Yeah.
We called each other and was like, are you okay?
Yeah.
Did you see it? You know who it is? It was very gut-wrenching.
Nickelodeon released this statement to Extra. Now that Drake Bell has disclosed his identity as the plaintiff in the 2004 case, we are dismayed and saddened to learn of the trauma he has endured, and we commend and support the strength required to come forward.
We were there for so many hours. You get comfortable with people until you're not.
Brian and Giovanni are in disbelief that they worked so closely with multiple crew members arrested for child abuse.
These are 3 predators who worked at Nickelodeon, all in a short amount of time.
Jason Handy and Brian Peck, that are particularly named in this documentary, both men arrested for actions against children. What can you tell me about either men?
Jason Handy was a PA, and I would have Bible study with him. So to have that kind of access and not know is terrifying. Who else did he touch? Why did this happen?
Investigation Discovery's Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV premieres this Sunday and streams on Max.
Okay, there we go. So wild stuff, man. Really crazy stuff.
Trey, you know what you did.
Yeah, I know what I did. Trust me, I'm right here. We right here. I'm ready already. That's one. We're gonna try to do a standard maximum. All right. Anyway, so yeah, lots and lots of wild stuff there. From the set of Nickelodeon, and that was from Drake Bell from Drake and Josh. Many of us remember that show. At least have some kind of familiarity with that. A lot of I would consider disgusting things happening, especially when you start involving children. And you know, believe it or not, after watching this documentary, some of it actually gets worse. But I'll get to that a little bit later, fellas. What's your reaction so far? What you've seen and what you know about the documentary?
It's disturbing, man. You know, and like, of course, we know that there are like incidences and issues that take place on a regular where, you know, people didn't get what they were looking for. So then they make accusations to keep themselves relevant. Like in this case, it just there's literally nothing to gain for these people who are coming forward. And I mean, we talk about this on a regular, like it's called Holly Weird for a reason. And I just like it's sad because you know like once something like this happens, there is no such thing as a normal life as you go forward. You know you have a distrust for adults that you come around. You have a distrust for your loved ones because ultimately like the parents of these kids, because that's what they were at the time, like put them in these situations, weren't aware, like you know what I'm saying. And I just like you can't, I don't care what you're offering, I'm gonna be around for like these kinds of interactions. I'm not leaving my kids alone with like adults who, you know, want them around all the time. There's so much about this that bothers me. You know, naturally just praying that you know these they can recover, they can heal, they can, you know, process and at some point find some sense of normalcy. But it's just it's disturbing, and it really does like make you not like you can't watch these shows the same. i I hate it. I hate every part of it.
Go ahead, LB.
Yeah, nah. I mean, it's definitely disturbing, disgusting. I agree with Kev. I don't think it's nothing for them to gain out of this. And a lot of times, you know, you that those memories can be or will be suppressed until something, you know, or you know, they'll be suppressed. And you know, he's been actually, it sounds like you know, for some people they're actually working on it just in silence, or just like they just haven't, you know, it's not anybody else's business but taking it through the courts. But for this, you know, the documentary to come out, you know, part of me, I feel bad and desensitized because I'm not surprised, because you know Kev says it all the time, Holly weird, but I'm not like surprised. And I don't want to say I don't want to say it as in like downplaying what happened, or you know, I'm just saying as in, you know, it's like it's bad that something like this is becoming desensitized, like not a shock value anymore. Like it's believable, like without doubt, because you when you do spend, back then it's like, what were the vetting processes? What were, like you was that back then, that's off the radar. That's like, these parents are leaving the kids with these other adults because of whatever relationship was built, or because of, you know, the platform that was built, and it's like they're working all these long hours, and it's disgusting. It's truly disgusting. And I can't wrap my mind around it. Like, why would you? Why? Like, what possesses you? Like,
Yeah. I feel you. It's something that kind of leaves you at a loss for words. But I'm with you on this. I think that it is borderline. I'd say borderline desensitizing, because of the fact that these kinds of things happen now so seemingly so frequently, that it's not the shock value, like you said. The shock value isn't really there. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's not desensitized in that, oh, we don't feel bad or anything. No. Desensitized in like the shock value of it, and like, like it's almost you're fed up with it. It's like, come on.
Again. But
Yeah.
we've known about stuff like this because, again, yes, Hollywood. But then we've had whistleblowers for real. We had what's that guy name? He's on That's So Raven, Orlando, or
Orlando Bloom.
Bloom? No,
No,
Orlando Bloom.
it's not Bloom. Bloom is the white guy, right?
Yeah.
Bloom is the white guy, right?
Is he the
Orlando
white?
Brown.
Yeah,
Orlando Brown. There we go.
Brown. Yeah,
The
there we
brown
go.
guy. The brown guy.
This is another
Yeah.
B.
Nah, but Orlando Brown, man, like he was a whistleblower, had been a whistleblower about certain things going on in Hollywood for a long time. Dave Chappelle spoke out about stuff. Cat Williams spoke out about stuff. All kind of people have come out and spoke out about things that are going on in Hollywood. We really shouldn't be surprised. I think for me, what was surprising about the documentary is how in plain sight some of the stuff was, some of the exploitation really was. Rumor has it. Do y'all remember when Nickelodeon, when this little splash, the little what's it called, the little slime splash
The
was a
slime,
foot.
yeah.
Yak.
The GAC, the GAC, yeah. The Nickelodeon GAC. Y'all remember when it was a foot?
The GAC?
Like a foot long, or
No. Like literally, it was in the shape of a foot. The logo was in the shape of a foot.
Yeah.
Right. So down to the disgusting part. Apparently the guy Dan Schneider had a foot fetish. Right. And so then when you right. And so then when you start to piece all of this stuff together. I mean, listen, if you have a foot fetish, if that's your thing, you're fucking weird, but I'm not judging you, okay? Okay, that shit's fucking weird. But whatever, man. If that's what you like.
There are only fan pages that for footage.
Hey, I'm saying, man, I'm finna start managing me an only feet page.
Pretty feet are nice.
Managing the only feet.
I'm not saying I got a fetish, but pretty feet are nice. But
pretty feet are nice.
Yeah, it works. And listen, again, if you like pretty feet, if you like feet, if that's your thing, cool. I'm not really judging you. That shit's fucking weird, but I'm not really judging you. I'm judging you a lot less than I would if you were drinking Aquafina in front of me, right?
Mm.
So, let's look at it that way. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But leave the kids out of it. And I feel like that's my message. That's my message to a lot of these sexually perverted people. And I'm gonna just leave it at that, because you all know who these people are, right? But sexually perverted people, if that's what you want to do behind the closed doors of your house, then go for it. But damn it, leave the kids out of it. Leave the kids out of it. And he was not. Dan Snyder wasn't. I mean, he was like talking about the foot fetish stuff. And I'm gonna show you a little bit in a second. I recommend everybody check out. So obviously, I'm not gonna show this whole video, but BJ Investigates, Dan Snyder's BJ Investigates. Yep, that's right. It's exactly what you thought I said. BJ, that's right. BJ Investigates. Dan Snyder, Nickelodeon's biggest disgrace. That's what the video is called. Check it out when you get some time. The amazing thing about this video on YouTube is that it came out about a year and some change ago. So even before this docuseries came out, because people had been blowing the whistle on a lot of things that were going on at Nickelodeon for quite some time, right? And not just Nickelodeon, Disney, general places in Hollywood. The Saved by the Bell crew has horrible stories about things that happened to them. So, like I said, it's just, yeah, I'm with you, LB. It's desensitizing in that I wish I could say I was surprised about a lot of this stuff. Let's look at this one video from BJ Investigates real quick, and then y'all will see some of what I mean.
Some people who worked on Schneider's shows asked for anonymity because they feared that they would be basically retaliated against by him.
She say nice things about me? Because I will tase her if necessary.
Uh-oh.
I have the taser. We haven't had to use it in a long time. But
I said lots of nice things.
No, I said nice things about you too.
Oh.
That's going to get on TV. Well, that's going to get on TV.
They said they viewed his chumminess with young actors as awkward and odd for a powerful, middle-aged showrunner. I agree completely. Several recalled that he often spent time during the workday interacting with young fans online, and then after work he would be texting with child actors about silly matters of teenage internet life. Former crew members recalled that Justice's character had a locker on the set of Victorious, decorated with photos of young men, alongside the words "Dudelicious" and "Who's hot." One of the photos was a headshot of a young Dan Schneider, who's definitely not hot.
And there's lots of random stuff in her locker. I'm constantly staring at these pictures and I'm just kind of confused by her artwork. Fun fact as well, this is Dan Schneider. This is a younger picture of handsome young Dan.
Schneider said the locker decoration was likely added by someone in the art department and that it was never his goal as a showrunner to be popular or recognized.
She say nice things about me? Because I will tase her.
Now, I know that's bullshit. I know it for a fact, Dan, because I saw your ass in a hot tub with a 12, 14-year-old Amanda Bynes. So if you didn't want to be popular and famous or whatever the bullshit lie you told the New York Times, then you wouldn't have been in that hot tub with a preteen/young teenage girl or anyone else in the hot tub for that matter. As for interacting with fans online, he said that he did so, quote, only in very public ways that were fully transparent to his colleague. Yeah, these creeps tell us out loud what they're doing every damn day. And then when we find them doing it, they go, I did it in front of y'all. Nobody said anything when I was having pool parties for teenagers at my house. Nope, I don't know why Dan has a country accent, but he does. Just because you were a creep in public doesn't mean you weren't being a creep, you creep. Former crew members also said Schneider seemed to imagine himself as the king of Nick on Sunset, the network's former soundstage. He had a private bathroom next to the one that most of the other staff members had to use. 3 former colleagues recalled occasions when staff members pushed him from one room to another in a roller chair so he could keep working en route. It was like Wally.
All right, that right there. Y'all take a look at that for sure in your spare time. Again, that's BJ Investigates. It was a good video, man. It's about 25 or so minutes long. It was really good, really in depth. But there, actually, if you look at that video she showed there, you saw the foot. You saw the foot. And again, he apparently had a major foot fetish. You'll see videos of kids putting, one girl gets ketchup poured on the bottom of her feet and she's just dangling her feet, in the ketchup. There's another one where, the young teenage girl is in the, I guess a bathtub of sorts, and she's sticking her big toe in and out of the faucet, which, I'll admit as a child, when I was young, I didn't see any of that. I wasn't thinking of it in any way, sexually exploitive or anything like that. But then when you go back and you look at everything that's really involved in this, is intertwined in this, and again, the foot gack, the kids in their foot, this in having their feet out, and doing some sexually suggestive things. There's a scene with Ariana Grande where she's like holding a potato and doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like yeah, like 13-year-old Ariana Grande, like she's trying to get juice from a potato. You know. Um, so yeah, it's sad, and I think that although it is kind of a dang, we see this kind of thing all the time type of thing. Although it is that, I think it is important for all of us to be very, very, very vigilant with the kind of things that are on TV, because those are the kind of things that sneak past us. Those are the kind of things that sneak past you, and you don't even realize there's some real exploitation going on here. Jump in, either one. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, yeah, I can agree because if you look at some of those old cartoons, you look back at it, you be like, wait, I watched that growing up. Wait a minute here.
Yeah.
What was Tom and Jerry really doing? Some of them cartoons.
Right.
Yeah, this is definitely tipping, nauseating. Um, like yeah, I'm sick.
Yeah, man. It's disgusting. You got to keep a close watch, man, on your children. I was gonna say nowadays, but obviously, you needed to have done it. We needed to have done it in days past too, right?
I, that like I there has to be a place to hold the parents accountable. Like I don't like in my mind, and like knowing y'all and y'all know me, how we are with our kids. There's no way. There's not one way that you can convince me that the parents of these kids who were being like sexually exploited and molested, you know what I'm saying, taken advantage of, were not aware of change, like all the signs that something is wrong, changed behavior in a child, differentiated, eating habits, extreme weight loss, like, disinterest in what, like there had to be signs. And you
I'm
can't convince me that a parent wasn't aware of what was going on with their child. Like there's got to be culpability for them in all of this. Like, and that like I think that's the part that bothers me. Like your job as a parent is to protect your child. Like you can have big aspirations for them, want them to see success early, whatever. But like I'm not leaving my kid on a set for 15 hours with some people that I don't know beyond they're giving my child an opportunity. Like I'm not going nowhere. So I like how?
yeah, it's yeah. I'm glad you brought that up because that was the thought that I had earlier as the video was playing. Was like in multiple cases, we already know that some parents are all about the money and they are willing to sacrifice their child. Not all, hopefully not some. Uh, but there needs to be
Keep
some
all of that,
accountability
sure.
there. Because if a parent has, the audacity to leave uh, uh, their child with R. Kelly, then So I'm just saying we already know that there are parents out there that are all about the money. They will sacrifice their child, and that's even more disheartening. It's like the child stood no chance at all, period.
Those parents will have bottle service in hell.
And that's a fact. That's a fact. It's things that you don't want to think about because obviously, and clearly, none of us would do anything remotely of the sort. Um, but I mean, it's a sad thing. Um, it's a sad thing to even consider that, there were parents who weren't going to be vigilant like that, who weren't like eyes open on everything, like with your little boys, but especially with your little girls. Like I really don't get that. Maybe it's the girl dad in me. Maybe it's the girl dad in me, right? I got 3 of them. There ain't no way I'm letting them be around nobody's adults without daddy being right there. We just not playing that game. So I just, yeah, I'm with you. I think a lot of things happen because an adult in charge, in this case a parent, allows it. Oftentimes someone allows it.
It's the girl dad in you. It's okay because the boy dad in me says I'm not leaving my son around an old priest or a young priest.
That's
So
what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying, bro. I'm not leaving them around nobody. Not till I know they got a black belt in jujitsu or a gun, and they know what they're doing with it. Not till then. Just saying. The guns are easier to attain. All right. Anyway. Go Second Amendment.
So, and y'all may not have seen it, but it's what I'm seeing in the comments. Black Hollywood is just as bad. And it's what when you pointed out Saved by the Bell, talking about Lark Voorhees. And I mean even in because Lark Voorhees was Jesse, right? I get
That was Lisa.
that was Lisa.
yeah, that was
Okay,
Lisa.
because I often wonder about Jesse, like, because Jesse jumped from Saved by the Bell to, and I can't even think of the name of the movie, but like she played a stripper.
Oh yeah,
Um,
she was a stripper.
yeah, like, and it just like stuff like that makes me wonder, because like, how do you go from, and I get it, like actresses, actors, even musicians in certain regards want to show their versatility. So like, I can play a comedic role, but I can also do a serious, like whatever. But like that kind of jump from childhood, you know what I'm saying, like preteen, idol to stripper movie, like makes me feel like stuff was a little,
Showgirls.
a
That was
little
it.
yeah,
Oh
showgirls,
yeah,
like
showgirls. Yeah.
Showgirls.
was a little weird with you. So I just there's so much.
And for somebody like Jesse, who literally we literally watch. I mean, not just Jesse, all of them. We literally watched them all grow up on TV. Like they were kids. You go back to the days with Miss Bliss and the early high school. I mean, they were children. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got to figure that for many of them, I mean, honestly, most of them went on and like life was kind of jacked up for them for real, right? Like Jesse Wynn did Showgirls. Kelly, Tiffany Amber Thiessen talks about how she was exploited, for roles and so on. I guess really the only one was Slater, who kind of came out all right, as far as his career is concerned. Dustin Diamond, he's dead.
What did he do for that?
But I make you
How
second guess
about that?
everything.
How about how
You're
about that?
literally
How about
second
that?
guessing everything.
Nothing's real anymore, man. Look, once I found out Shaggy's accent wasn't real, which I found that out like last week. All right, Shag, that Mr. Lava, all that was bullshit. When I found out that wasn't real, I just I mean, nothing's real. Nothing's real anymore.
We are in the Matrix.
Somebody give me a red pill. Somebody give me a red pill. uh, Speaking of red pill, it's in the actual title. I don't know what's going on with YouTube or the platform here,
Yeah,
but thank you guys. Look, I see them because I can monitor. I got a monitor right here so I can see the comments, but they're not on the screen like they normally would be. Otherwise, I'd have put some of y'all comments up already. I'm sorry. All right. But we still are watching and reading and looking. So keep on talking. All right. Keep on sounding off in the comments. We will get to you. I promise. We want to holler at you. We want to know what y'all think. And if you're here for the very first time, like and subscribe to the channel. There's more stuff that's going to be coming as we figure out our schedule. There's going to be more things coming on, but as of right now, for sure, you can count on us Friday nights at 9:00. Tune in, holla at your boys. We live.
It's Friday night, and the mood is right. Ah, damn, is that song tainted too?
Oh, what a night! Well, is
Damn.
everything tainted?
The TGIF theme song.
Nothing's pure.
Nothing's pure. Speaking of tainted, so do y'all remember? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit from this docu-series, I think is what it's called. Y'all remember Amanda Bynes, the Amanda Show on Nickelodeon? All right, so Amanda Bynes had a character on there named Penelope Taint.
Oh yeah.
Y'all remember that?
I think so.
So apparently, and I didn't know this, but apparently the taint is like the part between like your asshole and your balls.
Oh,
Yeah, taint, yeah. Between like your asshole and your balls.
I thought it was.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like,
I thought it was TATE, but
I
it's.
said it like that on purpose because that's how he said it. That's how he said it, but that's not. Yeah. It snuck that right on in there, man. Nothing's pure. Nothing's real. There's a war for your mind. The battle is on for your minds.
Hey! I'm bringing this up right now, Jay Owens, because he said many songs are tainted. Electric Slide, Secret Garden, Juicy Fruit, Computer Love. Listen, you leave Computer Love out of this. You leave it out of this.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little bit offended about when I saw Secret Garden because we already knew what that was. We knew. Well, I knew anyway. First time I heard that, ain't no way you got a beat that go like that, and it's not about what you think it is.
Oh damn! I just looked up the lyrics. Come on, you know what?
So what? Computer Love?
Yes.
Read them.
Oh,
go ahead, read them.
I'm gonna fast forward a little because this is the you know I've been searching for someone who can share that special love with me, and your eyes have that glow. Could it be your face I see on my computer screen? Need a special girl to share in my computer world. I no longer need a strategy thanks to modern technology.
Damn, they was talking about sexting way back when. They was talking about FaceTime love. They was talking about what they be doing on the Twitter. They be like, $20 for a FaceTime call while I do stuff to myself. They was talking about that basically.
And just this song
Twitter's
reeks
weird.
of
Twitter's a wild place. It's a wild place.
Reeks of lack of consent.
Childhood ruined. You know what? This one is one. Y'all remember that song "Too Close"? By I think it's by Next.
Next. Oh,
Yeah.
so you it's like dancing like when naked. Oh, it's almost time with sex and that.
Hey! Leave that. No, leave that one out here. Okay, leave it alone.
Oh yeah, Love Come Down. Yeah, you know what that is.
Ooh, you make my love come
Yeah,
down.
come down. Oh yeah. He makes her love come down. Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. He
She'll
makes her
let
love
you
come
in
down.
her house if you come knocking late at night.
Hey.
She'll let you in her mouth if the words you say are right.
Hey.
And fast forward a little bit. I don't even know how we got here, but whatever. Tweet when she did "Oops," like it took me quite some time to learn that was like her touching herself. Like you just be singing songs. Like you don't even. Ooh, Oops, there goes my shirt up over my head. Oh, I looked over to the right.
Oh man.
So good, I had to.
I mean, you know.
Crazy talk. Crazy talk.
Damn, I hate
Crazy
myself as
talk.
a music teacher right now. Ah,
It's sad. I'm sorry. I just had to have a moment of silence before I
I just
segue. Because yeah, everything, man. It was all part of an agenda. What agenda? To get us having more sex and therefore making more babies and therefore, well, I'm not gonna get into all of that. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm getting off my soapbox. On this episode, there'll be another soapbox episode coming. Don't worry. But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it tonight. Um, let's start getting to this headline real quick about Cardi B saying she's not a feminist, and I want to add a little bit of context, and I want to do that through something slightly different called the question of the night. So I want to ask this question. This particular question is courtesy of the health educator on Facebook. All right, so y'all take a look at this. Look at this scenario. Okay, scenario is a woman proposes. I'm sorry, a man proposes to his woman with a receipt of her $70,000 student loan debt being paid in full in place of a ring. She thanks him, but says she still requires a ring before getting married. Is she
B&D,
reasonable,
B&D,
ungrateful? Okay,
B&D,
smart or dumb? B and D,
B&D,
ungrateful and dumb.
B&D,
Yeah, I'm going
B,
with B&D, yo.
B&D,
This
B
is
and D.
this is choose this is select all that apply.
Yeah,
B&D, B. Where's the ampersand? Okay, there it is.
Mm.
B,
Yeah,
B&D.
yeah. Uh-huh.
and
And
D.
this
Yeah.
there's no, and this ain't a good B&D like
But,
bed and dick, like this
but
like this ungrateful and dumb. And my students will quote me, "You can be anything in the world. Don't be dumb." A funky little ring, and I'm gonna call it funky because when we talk about 70K in student debt, anything compared to that is funky.
paid
So
in
funky,
full.
a funky little ring, a
Paid in full.
funky little
We
ring
talking about we talking about paid
is
in
what
full.
is what you need after he cleared your debt. He is your
Student
Jesus
debt.
Christ.
Student loan debt. That is the
He
hardest debt to get rid of.
he is your Jesus Christ. He paid your debt. He paid your ransom. What we talking about?
Listen, you might as well say he dropped
He
the
paid it
charges because
all. He
listen,
dropped the charges.
B and D. B and D.
70K student loan debt being paid in full. Li-
I would sue her for 69K.
I,
This
70K in student loan debt.
this is
You
proof
see
that some of
the magnitude of this right here, because again, student loan that is the hardest loan to get rid of. You
some of you should have been swallowed.
swallowed,
Swallowed.
swallowed.
It's just mad weird and also very ironic. Yeah, I agree. She's ungrateful and I can't even say dumb. You know who's dumb? He's dumb.
But
All right.
I, yeah,
He dumb. He dumb as a boxer. He out here. He risked 70,000. Now listen. I
I
am
need to
going.
find out
I am assuming
this
that
beforehand.
before you get married, right? Before you get married, there's a series of conversations that should be had between you and your soon to be spouse, right? Your soon to be wife or husband. And if you're, you should know what types of things are important to your spouse, right? So
That
$70,000.
part. That part.
$70,000 can go a long way. All right. I mean, that's a couple of cars, a significant down payment on a house. That's an addition to a house. If you got it like that, that's a hell of an investment. Put that in the stock market somewhere. I mean, come on, man. Like, so many different things that can be done with that money. I just wouldn't. If I had, that might be the wedding gift. That might be the honeymoon gift.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
you touched on it. You said it. He didn't do listen, you know what? It's 100% his fault.
Hell yeah, it's all his fault.
He should have known his partner because to her, paying off student debt didn't matter. She wanted the $70K to go towards the ring, the wedding, and all the other fluff. He should have learned her. He should have learned her, and if he was willing to deal with that, listen, I'm still mad at her for being ungrateful and dumb. But
he should have bought her a $30 ring.
No, for what it's worth, I actually want to have a smidge of grace for him because, and it's just this, like, and I hope y'all will attest to this. You can learn a person and know them well, but still there are aspects that you don't discover until like the engagement, and then aspects you don't discover until marriage. Like, it's kind of like having a baby. Like, they're baby books and you get all the advice in the world. The doctor tells you, you take the breathing classes and the birthing classes, and you in there. But there are still some things that happen at birth and in parenthood that no book, no class, no doctor could have prepared you for. So she probably, as people do, said all the right things to get to the point and then flip the script. So I'm gonna have I granted, I'm with y'all. This would have been a better served engagement, like post engagement or wedding present, but like she probably could have been saying all the right things to get to this point, and then got dumb when this was the proposal.
This is also true. This is also true. This could also be that out of the box thing that he thought was going to be, hey, I'm out of the box. I'm doing something like to wow her, right? This is the one. This is the idea, that's going to be it. This is it. Oof. Man.
Because this, by all accounts, this is a grand proposal. You know what I'm saying? And some women,
this is locked in. This is like, if you're paying off $70,000 in student loan
I believe in you so much.
This is forever.
I will be your Jesus Christ.
This is forever.
For some people, this is 2 years' salary.
Straight up. Straight up.
Gross.
Straight up. So yeah, absolutely, she's ungrateful, but also, I'm still saying, yeah, okay, a little bit of grace, but also overall, that's dumb, right? You reserve big financial decisions like that for your wife, not your future wife, not your soon-to-be wife, not your almost wife. You reserve that for your wife. I'm just saying, because the thing about it is, it ain't like he can be like, it ain't like a ring. Like, if she gave him that bullshit after getting a ring, he can take the ring back to the store and get his money back.
Well,
you can't get that $70,000. That's done. That money took. He can't get that back. There ain't no restitution for that. There ain't nothing he can get back for that. And if he sues her, he ain't gonna get nothing off of that because that was his decision. So he was willing to fall on a $70,000 sword for this woman, and I just think that that's nuts. I think that's nuts. I think $7,000 is a lot to spend on anybody's engagement. $7,000 is a lot to spend on anybody's engagement. You crazy? And like you said, Rich, you worrying about the wrong. Sometimes you worry about the wrong stuff. You're worrying about the engagement, worrying about the wedding festivities and stuff like that. Some people have a beautiful wedding and a shit marriage. And other people have, a justice of the peace. Right. A lot of people have a beautiful wedding, beautiful ceremony, and their marriage is trash. Right. And then at the same time, you got people who go down to the courthouse, a justice of the peace, something like that, something real cheap. And, they wedding ceremony is at, Red Lobster, or Old Country Buffet, or something like that, Golden Corral, something like that, and their marriage lasts because it ain't about none of those things.
That's probably when I'll get married is when it can be at Old Country Buffet or Golden Corral. Like I think that's when it'll happen for me. I need the justice of the peace in the backyard barbecue. Like that's
I'm saying. I'm
But,
saying.
yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about communication, man. Because if you both agree on this, like lavish out, it's just 100K wedding, this, that, and third, and you can afford that, great, do you? But the problem comes in where the communication isn't there, and you want to do this, the other person wants to do that. And then when you do it thinking it's a grand idea, but you haven't learned the person, you haven't communicated, like, not that you're telling them, but through asking questions and getting to know someone, you can formulate, you know, what's a good surprise, what they like, what can, what to do next. You can formulate those things. And obviously in this situation, throwing 70K at a loan was like, meant nothing to her. It was,
but and this is my last thought. I feel like if he can do 70K to clear your debt as a proposal, it probably ain't hurting him.
let's think
I mean,
about that. Like,
granted, he's got every right to feel the way he does when she responds that way. But 70, if he can throw 70K at her debt,
let's, yeah,
probably
let's
it probably
let's
don't
say
hurt.
that, right? Let's just say, he's been hiding what he actually makes. Let's just say he's been hiding what his bank accounts and whatnot like look like. Not even necessarily hiding, but just that's his business. That's him. And then boom, surprise, 70K wipe, and you act like this. Oh, guess what? Maybe he did have, 100K ring on the side or wedding and this, that, and the third. But guess what? You failed the test. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying. Listen.
No. Yeah,
Listen.
I don't know. It's an interesting situation there. Again, I think you gotta watch your finances. Again, maybe that's 70,000. Maybe that was like spending $7 to him. And if that's the case, then more power to him. But in the world that I come from, $70,000 is a lot of money to be spending on any woman who is not your wife or your daughter. I mean, and I'm just saying. You reserve those things. You both reserve those things for the one that you taking care of, the one that you have provision over, and that's your wife. It's not your girlfriend. It's not your lady. You know. It's not your boo thing. It ain't them. You ain't got an obligation to pay for them. Just and until y'all actually get married, that's all she is.
Taxes.
Just saying.
Taxes.
Just saying. I'm gonna get to this next video real quick, and this was Cardi B. All right. I gotta say I was surprised to hear her say this, but I am gonna pour a shot for it. Let me go ahead and get my bottle ready right now. I am indeed gonna pour and take a shot for this. Um, Cardi B, it seems, has been red pilled. She has looked at some of the things that women are talking about and women are requiring from men. And she has said, I don't like it. I'm not doing it. I can't get down with it. I'm not a feminist no more. No more. But before we even get into anything, what are y'all thoughts on that? Just initially, what are your thoughts?
I have two. Um, I I feel like my first one is well, duh. Uh, that's that's my first one. But then my second thought is I'm not 100% mad at like the word feminist, but much like you say, Trey, all the time, like words mean things. So I think, and I sent y'all a video just before we started about a guy breaking down toxic masculinity, and how people like made masculine a bad thing. So like, if you get into like what feminism is, like the concept itself is not bad, but like the connotation that we get because of how people act when they say it is what makes it, you know, disgusting. So
Yep.
like those are my two things.
Yeah, I agree. Feminism, what it is and what it has become are two different things, or what it was and what it has become are two different things.
Yeah, yeah. I was getting ready to say it's the evolution, right? It's the the redefining of it, like the different uh socio-political movements or just ideologies, or people just attaching themselves to it and saying it's part of this feminist movement, and then the whole equality, overall, when we already know, again, we've talked about this before, like we're not equal, right? And we've talked about, yes, equal respect and equal in certain respects. But when we talk about across the board, like again, I'm not gonna go into that. But I agree with Kev, man. I agree with I once you don't know until you know.
Right.
You don't know until you know. So obviously her experiences have now led her to say, hey, wait a minute. I'm choosing to go this way now. Like I've gained enough knowledge, I've gained enough experience, I've seen enough with what's going on, and this ain't it. And that's what it sounds like. Like, yeah, this ain't it.
Yeah. And that's
her decision.
That's really to be expected. Let's get right into it, man. Let's see what she got to say.
Got a message for y'all from Cardi.
All right, so this is what I believe in, right? Like it's like if you're gonna be the type of bitch that like a nigga, you want a nigga to take care of you and everything, but it's like, all right, you have to like pick a balance. Like it's like you cannot just be a bitch that's like, oh, my man take care of me, he does the bills, but it's like, what do you do? What are you contributing? Like it's like, all right, like you can't be complaining like, oh, I cook, I clean every day. It's like, okay, but you don't work, you don't contribute to the house. So I just feel like it's like, and like sometimes people be like, oh, so this is like really controversial, right?
Go ahead.
I feel like it's very controversial when like be like, oh, I don't go 50-50, but it's like, all right, so if you and your man make the same amount of money, right? Mm-hmm. But only your man is the one that paying all the bills, how y'all ever gonna save up to like buy a house or buy a business? Because he's never gonna be able to afford to. So it's like certain things is like a joint thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like a work together. But I just be feeling like sometimes people, like the internet really be having people fucked up from like real reality type shit. So it's like, all right, so your mom and dad used to work every single day, right? Mm-hmm. So your mom and dad used to work every single day so your mom could save her money and buy persons and your dad just pay all the bills. That's not how it works. It's either your mom was in the house cooking and cleaning every day, your dad was working, or they was both working to pay both the bills. Like y'all be acting like y'all don't know what the fuck that is like no more. Like come on.
And your mom money was your dad money, and your dad money was your mom money.
Like it was like that.
It was
like it's like that's why I'm saying like I'm not a feminist anymore, because it's like sometimes it's like y'all bitches don't be living in the real world.
Right.
Y'all not living there.
Y'all be talking about my money is my money and his money is my money. Shit.
I mean, my money is my money, his money is my money. But like, my money is my money. Like, my money is my money and his money is his money. But it's like, like it's like we both spend money on each other and everything. And it's like if we want to go and everything, it's like, all right, like if we're gonna buy a house, like let's go half and half. And it's like if we're gonna buy,
it's not a one-way street.
It's not a one-way street. Like it's like if we're gonna buy like crazy expensive furniture, it's like, all right, you buy the couch and I buy the dining room set. Like it's it's a both thing. Like
Right.
it's a both thing. Cause then when you leave, like bitch, you really leave for nothing. Cause you was like, hey, but he has to pay all the bills. Well, you're divorced and you don't got no house, no nothing. You don't got shit. You got shit. You don't even got a couch, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even got a couch. That's my thought. I'm really old school. I'm old school.
I'm old school too.
And there you have it. And there, yo, Kev. Why don't you kick us off, bro? What you got for us, man?
The gospel according to Luke, Mark, John, whoever, like, it's got I drives me up a wall. Like, drives me up a wall. First of all, and these are literal rich and famous people telling you, dog, it's a collective effort. When the internet is constantly arguing about why the man should do everything, it's the most annoying thing to me. Like, if you are working together to build, like, I when the Bible talks about being equally yoked, people think they be referring to eggs, not understanding that, like, there's yoke with oxen who, like, you can't put a calf with a bull because they're not the same size, and they can't walk together, they can't pull together, they can't, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, the couple who's equally yoked is building together. Like, we put money into a pot, and the pot grows. But if only my money's going in, like, and I'm not even like talking to divorce, but like, all the money that a woman keeps is her money, but then her man money is her money. Like, so he give it all, you give nothing, and then what? I I'm I be thrown. I be thrown.
This is why marriages fail. One of the many reasons, anyway. That's what I think. What you
50
think, LB?
50%.
50%. Yeah. Yeah.
And the vast majority fail because of finances.
What's all I find this funny. I've always found this funny, where the screaming of equality and uh, just like independence and all of that, and modern this and modern that, and but yet and still it still seems like that tradition of the man paying for everything, or just being the one to take that leadership role. Like, you picking and choosing, you're saying you want to be independent, you want this, you want that, and yet so you want to be modern but have a traditional male role. You want that man to have that traditional male role. Like, it's I've been laughing at this for a while, because you want your cake and you want to eat it too. You want, you want to be able to hold a man to a standard, your standard. You want to hold a man to your standard, but then you don't want to be held to a man's standard. You want your own standard, and you want to have the man say, you want to say to the man, accept my standard. Like, it don't work that way. It don't work that way, So when I heard what Cardi was saying about her money is her money and his money is his money, and then you come together. Okay, I can get with that. Sure, if that's what you want to do, if you want to go out here and get some money, I'm not knocking you. I'm not knocking you if you want to be a you want to go out here and get your bread up. I'm not knocking that. Not at all. You know, you just, again, you're saying you want X, Y, and Z, but you ain't willing to even be in that alphabet category. You over here in the numbers, but it's like you're not even like I'm going to say playing fair, but it's like you're these unrealistic expectations, because you can have a standard but then not be expected to be held to a standard. You want to have your own standard, and then that's gold. That's what it is.
Well, not just have your own standard, but make up your own standard, and you can be standard fluid, right? Like you can change your standard as you go, as you feel on that day or that evening or that weekend or whatever, right? Um, so yeah, I mean,
And then if it's not accepted, then you're not man enough, or you're not a real man, or you're intimidated, or you're this, or you're that. Maybe Bama, maybe those men just, maybe us men just don't want to deal with that BS.
Yeah, how about that? How about that? How about we don't? It's not about us not being strong enough to deal with it. It's just we don't feel like it. That's not. And since we are the gatekeepers of relationships. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. We're the gatekeepers of relationships. We're the gatekeepers of marriage. Right? Great man said that long time ago. Just saying. Um,
Please stop
then
proposing,
it is,
women.
huh?
I said, women, please stop proposing.
Yeah, yeah. How about that? Yeah, how about that? How about that? How about that? But yeah, anyway, but yeah, we are the gatekeepers to that, and because of that, we decide how far this thing is going to go, and so if we don't want to deal with that long term, because most men fully developed, usually healed, and usually God fearing men tend to look beyond now and tend to look into the future, right? Tend to look at not just what this looks like today and how this feels today, but how's this going to look into the future, right? It might feel good right now and everything's all good right now, but when that first that first rocky road hits, are you going to abandon ship, right? So he needs to be prepared. We need to be ready for that. And that said, some men, going back to Cardi B's video, some men want a woman who is working and hustling and going and getting after it just as much as them, and not many men, not that I know of anyway, because most men don't care, right? Um, But it is helpful, of course, if you're making extra money. Certainly, we'll be able to get there faster. If I make 75-80 and you make 75-80, we'll get there a lot faster than we will if we're just relying on my 75-80. Right? Fair, fine, and you have the opportunity to do that. Fine, right? So your career is whatever it is going to be. Your money is whatever it is that it is. What is more important? Is the to Richard's point earlier, if you're making a certain amount of money, you expect to be able to go out and do whatever you want, but also you expect the man to be able to make $150,000-$200,000 a year so they can support you, and then also you not contribute any money to the bills, you not contribute any money to the relationship, you don't have to bring anything to the table,
Hold this table.
right? You don't even want to talk about bringing anything to the table, but yet you expect him to provide everything. There's a meme going around with the young woman who she has a list of like 6 or 7 things that are required for her to not look busted, right? Hair, makeup, nails,
And then it come to
all
something
that.
wild, like the high end was something wild like 1,300.
Something crazy like
You
that.
talking
Yeah.
about the one that was like, "What's your little $100 going to do for me?"
Right. Yeah. 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 And what's your little $100 gonna do? I mean, one, be happy you got the $100. Be grateful, cause two, it ain't his responsibility to make sure you don't look busted.
Because you didn't want to look busted before you met him. You probably
Hello,
met him because you didn't look busted.
because you didn't look busted.
And and
Hello.
and the $100 is like a coupon. It's $100 off of what you were going to pay for it. So that's what the little $100 is going to do. It's going to save you $100.
Long term thinking. Long term thinking, man. That $100 is big time. That's big time. What?
Sick. I'm sick of everybody.
It's crazy. That's crazy. I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it, man. I ain't doing it. Get you a real one. Get you a natural one. You know what I mean? Get you one that looks good before spending $1,300. Get you one you attracted to before spending. Now, I ain't saying don't do nothing. I'm not saying don't do nothing. I'm not saying just let yourself go and do whatever. All right, okay, cool. I'm just saying get you one that you attracted to before.
Because
You got to
metamorphosis
spend a
is,
paycheck.
yeah. If you're going through metamorphosis, that's evil.
It's deception. Deception.
The work of the
Deception. Disgrace. Liz, I see you. What up, girl? We'll see you. We'll see you. Be safe, all right?
safe travels.
Um,
Safe travels.
yeah, yeah, safe travels, definitely. All right. Well, okay. So yeah, that's that. Shout out to Cardi B pointing out what's real. And in the end, man, the partnership has to be a real partnership, and if you guys agree that, he's gonna make the money and you're gonna hold down the house, then hold down the house. Right? If y'all are gonna both make money together, then make the money together. If you're gonna do a combination of the two, whatever needs to get done needs to get done. What needs to get done needs to get done, and you got to get with somebody who understands that what needs to get done needs to get done, and you do your part, I'm gonna do my part, and we're gonna make sure whatever needs to get done gets done, whatever that is. I have a way that works for me in my house with me and my wife and my kids. Okay. That may or may not be the way that works for you in your house. It works for us, right? It may or may not for you. But find that way, whatever that way is, and dwell in that.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Figure it out.
Ooh, t-shirt. Doing it.
Figure
Hash
it out.
Brown, figure it out. But you got to, man. Marriage is hard work. And that's in the end, if you're gonna get married, you better be prepared to put in that work. Because it's not gonna be easy. It's just not. All right. In the interest of time, I'm gonna get to this next one. I'm not gonna play the whole video, but I do want to show you this next one because this is another example. And I want y'all to tell me what y'all think. You guys weigh in. Do you think that this was justified? And I got to add a little bit of context to this story. So this man is about to propose to this woman, and it does not seem that.
With a
Yeah, it
$70,
does not seem that. Huh?
With a $70,000 receipt.
No, not that one. Not that one. This time we're going in the opposite direction.
Ooh.
All right. We going from what may be considered maximum effort to what some may consider minimum effort.
Oh man.
All right. All right. So
sheesh.
the other end of the spectrum.
Reverse.
Straight like that. So again, for context purposes, right? We have a gentleman who is dating this woman, guy who's dating this girl for 10 years, and he apparently decided to pop the question.
Allegedly.
And he wasn't really thrilled with her response. Yeah, that's all I can say really is I hope my man got his receipt still. I really do. I really do. But here we go. Here's his video. I'm gonna try to skip through as much of it as I can. It's somewhat lengthy, but that's what she said. So here we go.
I just literally proposed. I ain't gonna record you because that's up. Like I just proposed to my girl.
10 years,
We've been together.
10 years.
Yeah, we've been together for 10 years, and I just proposed to her, and she just sitting here and just looking at the ring. You just sitting here looking at it.
In the car, you ain't put no thought into it. You ain't take me out to dinner, nothing. No type of little setup, bro.
Why do it? But
flowers, nothing. Just this ring.
But Crystal.
And then after 10 years.
Crystal.
No.
You said you wanted to be married.
I don't want.
I went out and bought this
like
ring.
5 years ago. I don't want that shit. Now it take you another 5 years to propose to me. No, I don't want.
What you mean? So 10 years? Look, 10 years to me. That tells me if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
It don't take you 10 years.
People true colors. People true colors don't be coming. Like I got to see your true colors. It do take people 10 years. Everybody not the same. Like, I don't get it. What you talking about? Like, so let me show y'all something. Where I'm talking about like, so you really don't want to you don't want to marry me. So you finna break up with me because I got you a ring 10 years later?
What type of thought is this? We in the car.
What you mean we in the car? Like, it don't matter where you get proposed to, as long as you get proposed to.
I don't want that shit. Can you stop recording me?
I'm not finna stop recording because you're unappreciative, and I want to show the world how unappreciative my girl is. Like, I don't understand right now. Like, you got a whole, like, you know how much I spent on this ring, and you complain about where I proposed to you at? That's what you complain about?
In the car. It's no type of thought into it. And then it's been 10 years. I don't want that shit now. It took you 10 years?
Okay, everybody not the same. Maybe it take me 10 years to realize if I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
I don't want it.
That's crazy. Like, I don't get you. Like, then you talking about you finna leave. Where you finna go? Talking about, like, so, where you finna go? Where you finna go?
Don't worry about it.
I'm finna worry about it. What you mean? What? So you don't want this ring? Crystal, what are you doing? Crystal, you don't want this ring? You don't want this ring?
No, I don't want it.
No, any woman would accept this ring. I'm not gonna stop recording. Stop.
Yeah, let me record because, okay, it's nice. The ring is nice. I love it. Okay. But you ain't put no thought until we in the car.
Crystal.
We're in the car.
It don't matter.
We're in the car.
It don't matter.
We're in the car.
I proposed.
You couldn't even take me out to eat.
I
and
proposed
rose petals,
to
you. Know,
I
flowers.
saved up.
You couldn't, you know what I'm saying? You couldn't even put no thought into it. And then it's been 10
You
years.
ungrateful. Like, I don't understand how the ungratefulness.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are ungrateful.
I'm not ungrateful.
You are.
Anybody else would have complained too.
You are. Who gonna complain?
Anybody.
I just literally proposed.
Wow. 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 I need a drink.
Who finna put blame on him? Who finna put blame on him? Ain't a smidge of blame that belongs to that man. The amount of contradiction I just heard is out of this window. Okay, it's worse than amusement parks because amusement parks tell you I'm finna charge you this much to have access to everything, and then you get inside and half the things don't work. There was so much contradiction in this video from her. I'm not finna blame him for nothing. Y'all been together for 10 years. She said I asked you to propose to me like 5 years ago. So, sis, 5 years ago, you gave him an ultimatum. And then 4 years ago, you were still with him. And then 3 years ago, you were still with him. And then 2 years ago, and 1 year ago, and right now, you still with him.
Here we are.
You ain't tell him to get out your car. Let's start there with contradictions. Then, when she said, I'm going to record, the first thing out her mouth was, well, this is nice. And I do love it. So, sis, what you, the man been with you, gave you what you wanted, and bought you something that you love. But you have a problem? she's a driving contradiction. Can't
Hmm.
call her a walking one because they're in the car. She a driving contradiction.
Hmm. Yeah, see, I tried to play like little devil's advocate in the comments there, where I'm like, all right, come on, sir, like really, that's how you propose. But then I came back and I was like, but sis, Miss Lady, you set the standard, whether you know it or not. You set that standard when you made the ultimatum, when you allowed this laziness, when you allowed it to go on for 10 years. You weren't going anywhere. So for you to have this imaginary whatever it is, like, oh, you ain't putting up, you going through the rigmarole. Because I'm pretty sure that you're off camera or down the line, you just want to put on this fight, and he knows that y'all gonna fight about it. Y'all probably do this all the time, where you're gonna put up this little, you know, facade and these charades, and then ultimately you're gonna accept the ring and y'all gonna be together because it's been 10 years. 10 years. So you set that standard.
Yeah, in the end, ma'am, you allowed this for all 10 of these years. You allowed every bit of this. I don't want to hear about the one that you decided to spend the last 10 years with. You know who this cat is. You knew who he was. You've been with him all this long. My wife and I have a saying about each other, which is, I know what I married. I know what I married. I know who I married, right? Yeah, yes. I know exactly who I married, right? You should know you've been with this man for 10 years. Now, what I will say is, you know, I mean, I don't. I'm gonna assume from context that he was just sitting there in the passenger seat and was just like, what movie was that? Me, Myself, and Irene. Marry me, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna assume that that's what he said. Hey, yo, bitch, will you marry me or something like that? You know what I mean? And that's why she was like,
Hey, yo,
"Damn,
bitch.
you're not even going." Hey, yo, bitch.
Can I
you
get
know,
your water? Nah.
All right, we gonna get married right now.
we gonna get married on the 5th of June. um, yes, I'm assuming that that's what happened, and that's why she was mad. But even I do know you. Listen, you can put in a little bit more effort than from wherever he was. Like, it seemed like the passenger seat, and he just kind of generally asked, and just like while she was driving was like, "Bow, I got this ring." I don't know. Um, maybe he took her, to a park or something like that, and got down, and she was just expecting something else. If that's what it was, and again, she's just completely ungrateful. She needs to be happy that she's getting proposed to in the first place.
Listen, even if it was in the car, the standard has been set. Okay, you've been there 10 years,
Y'all
and
basically already married.
obviously, right. Obviously, you've had the conversation at year 5 or whatever it was, and beyond that, and like, I'm just wondering, like, what else has been lackadaisical? What else has been like? Have you let this man slide on, like, doing, like, anniversaries, or like that? Because again, to him, logic is going to say, you know what? Yeah, he probably just went out and got that junk like the other day. So he's like, oh yeah, now's the time. Let me go ahead and spring it on her. I ain't got to do too much because this is how she is. I know how she is. I ain't got to do too much. And he's used to not doing too much. Maybe he's just used to not having to do too much.
I mean, maybe, yeah, that's also possible. And he also just might not. We can't excuse this fact. He also just might still not be sure because it took him 10 years. I mean, let's be
That's
real for a
also
second.
true.
Now,
That's also true.
a few weeks ago, we talked about how men should take as long as they need to take to make sure that this is the woman that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And I stand by that statement. However, what I'll say is that knowing you want to marry somebody usually doesn't take that long. Knowing if you should marry and stay with somebody might take a little bit longer. 10 years is a long time to decide if you, I mean, maybe they got together when he was young, maybe he was,
I was
19, 20.
that was going to be the one, like probably the one provision that
Yeah.
I had, because of course, if you meet, like, or if you started dating if you were high school sweethearts, or
Right.
early college years, like those, what I'm saying, you spend 3-4 years of schooling together, shoot, 6 or 7 if you grad and doctorate and whatever, and y'all are just like, this is us until we come out of whatever. Like, that's a
Right.
kind of different vibe. But like, if you're fully into your adulthood, you in your career, you know what I'm saying, like treading that path, like your approach to dating would be a little different. So like, 10
Shoot,
years
man.
is wild, is a very wild number to put on that. But I could
But
understand.
I have to say there's probably a reason for that. Like, there's probably a reason that it didn't happen in year 8. He probably saw something in year 8 that didn't sit well with him. He probably saw something in year 5 that didn't sit well with him, whatever it was, right? And sometimes, sometimes you are, intertwined and in a relationship with somebody for so long, you know them for so long, you've been with them for so long, that it's hard to imagine anything beyond them, right? But at the same time, you feel like this ain't it, you know. But still, this ain't it though. And I think you need to have the this ain't it conversation before you actually get married. I mean, that's just my opinion. But sometimes you can be with somebody for so long that you're just like, whatever, I might as well. And it almost sounded like that's what he did. Just well, I've been with you this long, I might as well.
Shoot.
And I don't know that that's the right mindset to go into a marriage with. Yeah, I'm just saying, I really don't. I've been with you this long, I might as well. I don't know if that's the right mindset to go into a marriage with.
Nah, it's not.
We ain't getting no younger. We might as well do it. You feel me? I don't know that that's the best mindset necessarily. I mean, we can unpack that another time. But
Another
there's a
settle in.
reason that there is a reason it took so long for them 10 years.
Mm.
As a man he took that 10 years for a reason. He did not feel comfortable. He did not feel comfortable. So for whatever reason, let's look at this next scenario. Now this is we got a ride or die. Every man talk about how they want to ride or die. I need to get y'all thoughts on this scenario. So, we've got a man here in this case, who was about to do a bid, basically, and his wife happened to know the judge. They went to school together. And I'll leave it at that and let them tell the rest of the story. Let's take a look.
Exact. So I can't get into detail because this case is still open and pending, but to make a long story short, I got into some legal trouble and was facing some real time. I can't get into the details, but I was going to have to sit down for a long time. So I got a lawyer and he was preparing me to take a plea deal. Well, the way things turned out, my wife knew the judge. They used to go to high school together, and she said she would call him and see what she could do. I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, but my wife slept with the judge, and now I won't have to go to jail, and he's just giving me probation. When I asked my wife about it, she said she did what she had to do to keep me free and not to bring it up anymore. But it's really bothering me. I can't take it. Is she a hero or an HO?
Damn.
Okay. Okay. Man.
Wait.
So
Your
yeah, you
Honor.
heard it right. You heard it right. My man was
Johanna.
about to do a bid. My man was about to do the bid. The wife said, "Oh, I know the judge. We went to school way back when." She did what she had to do. He made it clap, 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 clap. And judge said, I'll let you off with a warning.
I'll let you slide.
I'll let you slide since I was able to slide myself.
Oh,
Is she a hero or is she a HO?
She's a hero. She is a hero. Because listen, I can guarantee you that's a conversation that the the man and her had before she approached the judge. Babe, I can't do time. I'm too pretty. Too many people know me. Like whatever it is. He ain't asked her to do it, but he definitely let her know that another option had to be an option. I she's a she's a hood hero.
you said a hood hero?
A hood hero.
Whew. Whew.
A
Ah.
hood hero. Hero.
Mm.
Hood hero.
A hero.
Hero.
She's a hero. She's a hero. A hood hero. Hero. Listen, if he didn't want, listen, oh man, if he didn't want to do the time, he shouldn't have done the crime. But if okay, so man, I mean, if you're living in that world, right, and you saying I can't do the time, right, and you're willing to, because they had that conversation, so and you're like, yeah, go sleep with him, right, or go do what you do, and then boom, he gets off, and now you feeling some kind of way like that. So on one hand, I'm like, that's insecure
Y'all
because
really think she told him that?
if you gave the green light for her to go ahead and do that,
Give me the green light.
I mean, but you really think she told him like that's what she had to do and he was like, "All right, go for it."
I don't
oh, okay. So
he
if we're
ain't
saying he didn't know, would he have given her the green light, or would he have been like, oh nah, I'm going to jail. Now the question now becomes
how
if
long
that's
is he gonna
well, how long was it going to be? How long is the jail time, right? I mean, there's a lot of things that come into play here because if that's her first thought, she knew him from back in the day, you know.
He
If that,
probably was going down for some time, so she had to go down for some time.
or maybe she said I know him and didn't expect it.
you know, and decisions had to be made right then and there.
You know?
Ooh,
That's what I'm saying.
she didn't know,
You think it was a premeditated
or
slaughter?
or
You think
like
the
Kev is
slaughter
saying,
was premeditated?
or like
But
Kev is saying, maybe premeditated on the judge's part, but like Kev is saying, like she had a decision to make in the moment to get her man free.
keep him free. You know what I'm saying? Cause listen, he could if he us let's say it's you know possession with intent to distribute. You finna do some years, and in them years, somebody behind them bars is finna find you attractive. You might be a little man with a real tight butt. You understand what I'm saying? So are you really trying to be there with a tight butt for 5 years, or are you finna let your girl get bust down one time by a dude who could? put you on probation. I'm just saying. A little
Things to
bud,
consider.
a little bud is a little bud.
Things to consider.
Things to consider.
It's your sweet virgin ass or your wife's ass to
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
else.
One time. You know, she
I
ain't say
mean,
she had a lasting affair with the judge. She said I did what I had to do.
She did what she had to do, and don't
th-
talk about it again, is what she said.
things to consider. These days, somebody else already been up in,
How
but ain't
about that?
nobody been up in you.
Like,
Hey,
his
listen,
brother. All
we have to protect the sanctity of something. All right,
all
something's got to be protected here. All right, you've already been glory holed enough times.
Things
Chances are, you
things
know.
to consider.
they gonna do a treatment better than a stool softener. Okay. Make way for Prince Ali. It's just,
Oh,
it's choices.
ah,
Choices.
It's sad. It's a sad story, yo. But it be like that sometimes, yo. You gotta make real life decisions. So what's the moral of this story? Men, particularly
She's a
married men,
she's a hood hero.
she's a hero. And if
A
you don't
hero.
want your wife out here being a hero with judges she met in high school,
Don't do things that get you
don't
arrested.
don't do things that put you in front of judges she knew in high school.
Here, hoes.
Hey man, look, she she's a ride or die though.
hey,
For
Shakespearean
sure.
Shakespearean death. Shakespearean
For,
die.
for to die is to have a
You
sexual
ride
ride
or
and die.
die. And die.
And
yeah.
die.
Shakespearean style. Woo!
Which shall never be talked about. Oh God.
Right. We'll never speak of the shortcut again. Ever again. All right. Let's look at this last one real quick, man. Get y'all take on this and get out of here. This is I ain't gonna say no. I'm gonna just play it. Look at this.
Okay, and also when you come back from the gym, I need to go to Costco real quick. So if you can, either you come with me, or you watch the girls.
Yeah,
but I
but
have
you got a haircut too, at 2. So maybe go to Costco after I come back.
Like I got a haircut. No,
I go to the gym, then you go get your appointment done, then go to Costco after.
Stop. I have my haircut appointment set for Sunday. Our trip is on Monday.
And you're taking care of your head. I'm taking care of the other head. You getting waxed. I got waxed.
Who's getting waxed?
You're getting waxed.
I'm not getting no wax.
Yes, you are. I already paid for it. All you have to do is show up.
You better get your money back.
I can't get a refund.
I'm not opening my legs up for nobody else.
For you.
You got me so. What you mean they finna open my legs up?
Not like that. They don't need that. I mean, you that hairy down there? No,
I'll take care of that. I'm good. Yeah, I know you been, and I'm good. I'm
getting it
pristine.
waxed.
There's no issue.
Waxed. Like, so he can see everything, and then
What you who? This is what I'm talking about.
Hey man, I'm not a fan. Look, do what you want. I feel the same way about that as I do about the foot thing. All right. If you like feet, if that's your thing, then I'm not judging you, or at least I am judging you less than I would be if you were drinking a bottle of Aquafina in front of me. But come on, man. You gotta listen, you need consent to be telling some man to let somebody put chemicals and whatnot in our nether regions.
Waxed.
Waxed? Nah, bruh. There's a line we just don't cross, and he crossed it, or she crossed it.
What? Okay. I did.
In the criminal justice system, sexually based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these special felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
Doink doink. Cue the doink doink.
So first of all, he's coming out the closet. Like, right, he's coming out the closet, and it ain't happened yet. So I want to start there. Like, I actually believe zero parts of this skit because they took like a single woman and a gay man and said, let's make it let's make a video together, and that's what's happening here. Like, I was waiting for him to clutch his pearls when they began like argumentative portion of this. So if you're looking for me to believe that this is real,
Somebody
baby,
did.
it's not.
Somebody did say he started to malfunction. Somebody in the comments
Right,
said he
he
started
did.
to
Like,
malfunction.
he's what the gays would call a power bottom, and I want
Because
and I
he
like,
wanted to almost be like, yes, and he
yes,
had to catch himself.
yes, bitch, like, and that all goes together, and we're not gonna pretend like, you know he's not on the receiving end. Like, so I couldn't even focus on the story just because, you know, he was two in the pink, one in the stink.
How?
You
how
gotta you gotta find the pink.
no, okay. Mm-mm, mm-mm,
I
We're
mean,
not
don't go
finding the
find the
pink.
pink, but
We're
mm-mm.
if
not
he's two
finding the
in the pink,
pink.
Nope.
one in the stink, you gotta find the
It's just.
pink
It's just the
to
stink.
realize what stinks.
Oh, the pink stinks. It's bad when the pink stinks. It's you're in you you you- you're
Y'all ever seen a pencil
wrong
fight?
end. Oh, oh.
You're ruining my childhood. Stop it.
Our
Because
Yo,
childhood
yo,
was
'cause
ruined when we
you
started
had
this show,
we had the pencil fights literally.
but
Where
our childhood was ruined when we started this show.
yep, yeah, this
anybody used
episode
to play
completely ruined
anybody
childhood.
used to play that, back in middle school and
And pencils,
elementary, and you had the pencil and you'd be like, bow, you try to break the other person's pencil, see who breaks the pencil first.
and now 2024.
Ruined.
I was gonna say because it
Out the
sounds
window.
so suggestive when you put it that way.
Out the
They
window.
we went from flicking pencils to flicking pencils.
To flicking pencils. 1 in 5. We're in the midst of the gayest adult generation in the history of mankind.
We went from sword fights to sword fights.
By leaps
Yeah.
and bounds. Yes.
No.
You,
And the bad part is that I mean, literally,
yeah,
this is the gayest generation in the history of mankind.
we went
Like
from
statistically.
knights of the round table to knights of the brown table.
Oh, booty hole brown table.
And
Oh.
as we get canceled,
Oh.
we want to
Y'all,
wish
please don't report us. Please don't report us. But like and share though. Like and share and comment. Could y'all those of y'all who still with us who haven't cut us off and canceled us?
We went from rogue and gambit to bro and bandit.
Oh,
yeah.
and speaking of which, that's actually a perfect segue. We got X-Men 97 that came out. Did y'all get to check that out yet?
Not
Are they
yet.
really humping? They're really humping because sex is in everything. But shout out to the charter. He actually showed us some magazines like from the early, X-Men that really did have like Phoenix like half naked,
Yeah.
with
Spoiler
Magneto.
alert. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, with Magneto, you know what I mean? He was they were posted. It was a club photo. Like they looked like they was at the Legends. You understand what I'm saying? Like they
Yeah.
was in love. They was in Love nightclub on college night
Pineapples.
If you know,
taking
you
pictures.
know.
If you know, you know. They was in Love nightclub taking pictures, and
Hmm.
that's what that looked like. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. It's not that bad. It's Disney, but Disney hasn't gone that off the rails just yet. Anyway, now we're also only 2 episodes in, so there's plenty of time for Disney to completely fuck this up. All
for
right.
sure,
Um, but I will say from the first two episodes were very nostalgic and made me feel like, it picked up where the X-Men that I grew up on left off. Right. And so it was that's a
Wolverine was
sign of the
always that
swingers.
dude.
If you go to a cruise or a hotel and you see pineapples on the door, just know you could probably bang his wife.
Wolverine is always that dude.
That, yeah. Well, Wolverine is cool, man. He's cool in I think every iteration of X-Men so far. So, like I said, Disney has plenty of time to screw this up, but so far, X-Men '97 is cool. I'm a fan of it. They said that I heard on a rumor on the internet that they are saying that Morph is non-binary, which on the one hand, I don't care because he's Morph. It literally could be shapeshift male or female, so it's not like it makes a difference. Two, I don't think they're saying anything about it anyway, so whatever. But I think that's the biggest indictment on this whole show so far. And I watched both episodes. I didn't see anything alluding to that point. So, I'm good with it. I thought it was cool.
True story. Yeah, I still gotta catch up. Catch up. I still gotta watch it. So,
Yeah. Check out Invincible too, man. Season 1 and season 2.
yeah.
They reset season 2 again. So they're on episode, I think, 5. Yeah, nerd alert. Yeah, check that out, man. Invincible on Amazon Prime. Check it out. X-Men on Disney Plus. Check it out. It's worth your time. And that's it, man. We are out of here, man.
You like me, binge watch. Wait to binge.
That's what you gotta do. Binge watch it as early and often as you possibly can, man. Kev, take us out, bro. What you got for us?
It does make life like significantly easier. And matter of fact, again, shout out to all my teachers in spring break. Go ahead and binge watch Abbott Elementary. I know a lot of people are already aware of the show, but like that's our life in a funny way. So go ahead and binge watch Abbott Elementary while y'all at this break. Again, shut them alarms off, teachers. We finna turn up for the next 10 days. Let's get it popping. Y'all like, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. You could be anywhere in the world on Friday night, but you're here with us, and we appreciate that. So salute to y'all.
We appreciate each and every one of y'all. Each and every one. Hey, thank you guys for joining. I just got one question. Right? What is your greatest strength? What is your greatest strength? I'm on this question kick now because I'm like, you gotta start there. You gotta start with becoming a great question asker and it to yourself, so you can find out and lock in. And now was the time to lock in. Like, I'm excited for my future. I've been excited, but I'm even more excited because now, like, I have the knowledge, I have the ability, I have the skills, multi-talented, all these things, and I'm this so much things about the take off. All right, so, and I want that for you though. I want that for you as well. So, ask yourself, what is your greatest strength, and then lock that in and use that. Run with it. Yeah, you can get better in these other areas, but make sure you lock in on your greatest strength and run with that. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, as Kev said. And we thank y'all for being with us and for joining us. We appreciate y'all. Much love. Hoi.
Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, assuming that nothing's changed in the last 2 hours and I can still call you that, thank y'all for stopping by and hanging out with us, man. A lot of stuff going on in the world. I wish we had the time to cover all of it, but we getting there. We're working our way towards that. In the meantime, man, stay bulletproof. Stay bulletproof in your mind. Keep working on yourself. Keep working on your relationship with your family, relationship with God. These things are very important, man. These next few years are going to be very critical. So like my LB said, it is time to lock in and get focused on the next step, whatever that next thing is. Focus in on that. We ain't getting any younger, so you might as well. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, look, Go for it, man. Go for it. All right. We appreciate y'all again. Thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe. We are out of here, baby. That's it. Thank y'all again, man. We appreciate y'all. Y'all are the best part of everything that we do. Hear it up to it, down to it. Be your boy, the sport, King. Shout out to the Kamikaze. We gonna see you on the next one, homie.
Yeah. Shout out.